Hello guys, welcome to SimUK's rendition and first look at TransOcean 2 Rivals. If you played TransOcean 1, like I have, you'll have a pretty good idea what to expect from TransOcean 2, I suspect. If you haven't played TransOcean 1, then TransOcean 2 is a game which requires strategy, management, and a few other things. Effectively. Oh, what's happened? This game is not 100% polished. When it loads up, when you start the game up, at least on my system, I have 3 screens. Instead of starting on the center screen, which is where every game I've ever played loads, this one loads on the left screen, which kind of throws everything out because I have to turn my head to the left a little bit. Now, as you can see, this opening page is it's got that same moving, slow ocean bobbing kind of effect going on, which I think is really cool. I really like it. And they obviously like it because they've gone with it again. And yeah, fair play to them. I like that. But you can see also that I have created a profile here, SimUK. So let's go edit that profile. We have here a list of people. I just picked the first one I saw. That guy looks a bit dodgy. Woo, werewolf man. I'm going to be him. He's cool. Yeah, so the face is interesting. Let's be werewolf man. We're going to stick with SimUK, and we've got some logos to pick from here. That one looks rude. I thought he was sticking a middle finger up. Okay, maybe not. Okay, good. So what should we pick here? SimUK, something with a UK base to it. There's a dude with headphones on. I think that's what that is. If I said that was a pair of underpants, and anyway, let's move on. Something with a UK base. What have we got? 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 That looks familiar. What's that from? That's a football team's logo. Is that Barcelona? No, not quite. Okay, what's this? A shark? A dolphin? A deranged Pac-Man? I don't know. Let's pick him. I like that. So the next thing you have to do when creating your shipping company is pick a colour. And we've not got a lot of colours to pick from. And you get a bit of a preview of what that will make your ships look like. Oh, bright yellow. Bright pink. Let's go for bright yellow or gold. Wow. Huge difference. Let's go for yellow. You can see here the ship. You can't sort of move it around in 3D or anything, but you can flick through. I mean, it doesn't even say what these are, so I've absolutely no idea which ships these are, but there's absolutely loads of them. Or is that the same one 3 times over? Oh, it is it's the same 3. Weird. Oh, thanks for showing me those 3, whatever they are. But there you go. So let's save that. Let's move on. Multiplayer. Now, TransOcean 1 had a multiplayer platform to it, but it wasn't really multiplayer. It was a multiplayer environment where you could share your contracts. You could challenge for contracts. So you'd be bidding against other players for contracts and so on and so forth. And that was about it. But now, TransOcean 2, the multiplayer is actually, I think, 7 or 8 players. 8 including yourself, perhaps. And I haven't tried that yet, but we'll come to that at a later date. So let's just go single player, campaign. And as you can see, I've already had a go at this. And I fantastically won a bronze medal. Well done, me. But for the benefit of you viewers at home who wants to see what this game is like, let's do it again.
After TransOcean, the shipping company, you had the boss magnate title all to yourself.
So,
well, you hadn't reckoned on new and old rivals. Now it's time to see if you're still.
That's rather loud, but the narrator is basically reading out exactly what it says here. So you may be getting some reverb in the mic. Apologies, it's so loud it blew my eardrums out. Effectively, all you've got to worry about here is that there are 3 goals to pick from. And you can achieve any one of these and get a bronze medal, as I did. To achieve 2, you get a silver, and guess what? If you achieve 3, you get a gold. There's nothing really of any major relevance over this side, except for the fact that you start off with 10 million euros. So let's begin that chapter.
Well-known shipping owner files for bankruptcy and loses everything. Rumors of
So there's a bit of blurb
lawyers,
here about
saboteurs, and
it's
pirates
story building,
won't go
basically.
away.
If you played TransOcean
But
1,
who was
you remember that
behind it
lovely
all?
lady who invested in the
Shipping
company and then turned...
consultant
That's her,
Hiram T.
right there, the one with the
Witherspoon
knife near
behind
her.
bars.
Basically,
Investor
she's
Lydia
turned
Blythe
even
Smith
nastier than she
plays
was in the first, and
mysterious
she's put
role.
our good friend here on
The
the left,
beginning of a personal
Mr.
vendetta?
Hiram,
Famous
in
shipping
jail.
boss after bankruptcy
Probably he
withdraws
doesn't
to
deserve to be there.
Alaska.
I don't really know.
Reclusive
Not sure I
life
particularly
as a
care.
dog sled
But anyway,
pilot.
that's the
Sad
storyline
ending
with
for a
which
tycoon?
we are effectively starting this
5
game
months
on.
later,
So yeah,
Hi there.
blah 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 blah
I
blah.
know
And
you
this
don't
is
know me, but
this
we
lovely
have a
lady
friend
here
in
is
common.
his
I
sister.
am Hiram T.
She's English,
Witherspoon's
not
sister,
really,
Heather.
but
I'm so glad I found you
yeah,
at last.
she's very nice, and basically she
You
wants us to
have
help get
me
her
but
boyfriend,
I
her
didn't come to
brother,
see you
sorry,
without a plan.
out of prison. So
Okay.
we'll say yes,
You're
we'll help
living in
you,
Anchorage now?
and she wants us to set
Well,
up base
then
in
let's make
Anchorage.
that
So
where we put our
let's do
headquarters.
that.
Click once on the port. So this is what your new home looks like.
So this is our new home
Okay,
apparently,
for a
and
fallback position,
all we do is we
but
click here.
very
Now
soon you're
I'm not
going to
really
have
sure
to
what the
spend
point of
more
this is. I
time in
click
your
here and
headquarters.
voila!
Now that's what I call
That's
a
our
nice
HQ.
office.
That's nice,
And
isn't
a few
it?
million
Now, as far
euros
as I'm
sure
aware,
isn't all that
there's
much for it
nothing
either.
you can do here.
I've been able to
Nothing
pick up
at
a ship
all.
on the second-hand market.
Yeah.
Would you like an introduction to the game?
Let's say no, because I've done the introduction, and I can just talk people through it, so it's fine. Yeah, you can't do anything here. I mean, at this point in time, I don't know what the point of this is. There seems to be very little point, if any at all. The only cool thing I've noticed is, did you see the red and blue flashing lights over there? It's over here now. There's a little cop car that drives around with these flashing lights on
Just
all the
wanted
time.
to
Oh,
introduce
hello.
myself. Clark Masterson of
This.
Masterson Incorporated. I see that you've also founded a shipping company.
This is our rival.
My shipping company's the
He
number
sounds
one
awfully
outfit around
similar
here,
to
and I
an
have
American,
no
a Hollywood
plans
actor,
to
but
change that
I don't think it is
stigma.
him. It just sounds a lot like
You
him,
reckon
but I
your
won't say his
company's
name.
got what it takes to compete?
Anyway,
If only he knew. A
so
rookie?
yes, if only he knew. One thing you've got
You're
to
up for
bear
the
in mind
challenge,
here.
aren't you? Show that Clark Masters and what's what.
Yeah, they do talk over you a lot in this game, but they're trying to create an environment and sort of get you involved in the game, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing I really want to point out to you is this here. You see the date? It's ticking over, and it will keep ticking over. There's no pause button. There's no, that I know of at this point in time, there's no way of slowing this down. So let's go and look at the contracts. If you've played TransOcean 1, this is fairly similar to the way it was before, except it's, you know, modernised, bit brighter colours, slightly better graphics, and possibly a nicer layout. I don't know. But one thing's for sure is it's a pain in the backside. Let me just give you an example here. So a really quick breakdown. You've got a type of cargo here. That's not relevant in this particular mission, but as the game evolves, you are permitted to carry certain types, and you've got to be careful not to have the wrong type on your ship, because you will get absolutely nailed for it. This here is a TEU. So I wrote down the name, and now I've lost that piece of paper, but this effectively is a square container ship, and they're all the same size, and there's 300 of them, and those 300 together equate to 3.6 thousand tons, is effectively what this piece of information is. The only thing that's relevant here is how many TEUs you have, because you have a maximum capacity over here, this is your ship, of 800. So that's how you work out how many you want. Well, equally, I've just realised myself, is you also have a maximum tonnage. So this is relevant, the tonnage. So based on what we want to achieve, if you come down here to the victory point score list, bearing in mind that our time is still ticking away, so the more I explain to you, the less chance we have of winning. He's already delivered 4 items and has 16 million in the bank, so we're already slipping behind, and I'll need to pick up the speed a little bit soon. I've completely forgotten what the point of bringing this up was. Yeah, we need to get 20 contracts on time, which is achievable still, but we need to deliver more contracts than him, basically. That's going to be impossible, and we also need 10 million euros more than him. We're already 8, 9 behind, whatever. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that either. But let's just play the game for what it is. Now, I wanted to show you this massive problem here. If, let's say we were going to go to Los Angeles, so we pick 2 items. We're going to go to Los Angeles and we're quite happy with what we selected. Now if I speed up time for a minute, you'll see that this is when it's due and this is how long it will take us to get there. Now that seems fine, except for the fact that having picked Los Angeles and Los Angeles, you'll see that time is still ticking away and there's no way of stopping that. And just keep an eye on that for one moment. There we go. Did you see that? And what happened there was that one dropped off. Now, when it's like this, that's fine because it's at the top and everything's shifted up, and so the one that we picked has now disappeared. But if you're not careful, if you pick, say, those 2, for example, and this one ran out of time, it would drop up, or rather everything would move up, and we'd end up with the delivery due in Metro Vancouver, even though we actually wanted to go to Honolulu. And it's very easy not to see that. So, I mean, that is a bit of a bug, because you can't pause time. I mean, okay, that adds to realism, but the pressure, the instant pressure that implies on you is immense. So anyway, I wanted to get that clear. So what we got here is bonuses. Normally that's the best way to pick. And if you hover or select one of these deliveries, you'll see over here on the left, that's our base at the moment. Anchorage, and Houston is, if you follow the red line, all the way down there. It's quite a long way to go. Clearly we're not going to get there in 13 days. It's going to take us nearly twice that. So we wouldn't take that contract on that basis. But this one here, Metro Vancouver, that's quite a short distance, and we get a bonus, a 70% bonus. So we get, where did it go? That's what you got to watch out for. They swap and drop around all over the place. So yeah, this one I think is the one I was looking at. So you get 535,000 plus 77% bonus if you get there on time, which is pretty good. So that's a good way of boosting your money. So let's, without further ado, let's actually pick some contracts. I guess Metro Vancouver. Oh, see now, that's a tight deadline, and we're about to go into the next day, so we might not actually get that one. That might be a bad idea. Now, I'm pretty sure I clicked both of these, but only one seems to be clicked. Bit of a bug going on there. So there's 4 days left, and it's going to take us 5 days to get there, so that contract is now pointless. We won't be doing that one, which is a bit of a shame. Again, that one's no good. Okay, that one has got plenty of time on it. Now, we're not going to earn a great deal of money doing that, so maybe... Wow. There's not a great deal to choose from. I mean, it is constantly changing, so you could just wait for a minute, and probably the best scenario will occur where you've got 4 things going to Metro Vancouver, and you fill up the ship, and it'll earn you an absolute load of money. What you got to pay attention to here on the left is this is your current fuel. If you click on that, you can increase your fuel. Obviously, we're full, so it's irrelevant. Normally, if this isn't full, you will get to see how much Anchorage are charging you for, I guess, each litre of fuel, and what the minimum global price is and the maximum global price is, so you can quickly gauge whether Anchorage are selling their fuel at a reasonable price or not, and then fuel up based on the information you get here. So that's quite a nice feature. Same thing applies here with the damage. When you're in port, you can fix any damage to your ship. At the moment, our ship appears to be 100% perfectly well, so there's no need for us to do anything. And we are really losing time here. How long do we have left? 95 days. And he is, oh my god, he's like 10 million ahead of us. So we've really got to start shipping. So where did we go? What did we pick? It seems like the one we picked has gone. Metro Vancouver, we'll take those 2. So you load your contracts, you confirm here, and that puts your signature in. You can get rid of that. You don't have to look at that at all. Now, this is the only other thing I want to show you on this page. This is your speed, and the slower you go, the less fuel you use, but the longer it takes to get there. So, as you can see, these are our contracts that we've just accepted. If we went at 5 knots, we would not get there for 16 days, so this contract would be late. So if we swap that, there we go. At 10 knots, we'll get there in 8 days, and we'll make sure that everything's absolutely fine. And it's so important to keep an eye on your contracts here. This is such, I think, a really daft, small amount of space. When you've got like 4 or 5 contracts in there, it's really frustrating because you can't really see everything. But anyway, they appear to be ordered in deadline, so the most important ones will be at the top. So let's cast off, and away we go. If you click on this world map up here, that's the familiar world map for those of you who play TransOcean 1. And this is our ship up here. Now, we've got a couple of options. We can click on the ship, he says, with it totally not working. It appears I clicked on the port there by accident. Probably too close to the port. Let's try again when it's a bit further away. There we go. So this is our ship here. When you've got hundreds of ships floating around all over the seas, it's quite important to keep a close eye on them. So clicking on your ship will bring up vital information. This is where you are currently, and this is where you are heading, which is fantastic, and your speed and when you're going to get there. So we only have one ship. What's this? Okay, I have absolutely no idea what that's doing. I mean, we only have one ship, and if I click on this, the fuel changes, and the quality of our ship changes, and nothing else does. So, if you happen to know what on earth that is doing, please let me know, because I haven't the faintest idea what that's doing. Anyway, we're tugging along quite nicely, and we're heading here, Metro Vancouver. If I click on that port, nothing happens. It does feel a little bit buggy at the moment, I have to say. There's that police car I was telling you about. The brightest lights. It's either a police car or a mobile disco. I haven't decided. So anyway, here is the port, and it looks very pretty, I suppose. Nice mountains in the background. Nothing much you can do here except for click on the contracts list. Now, I don't know if this is going to be opened up later in the game. I thought it was quite cool that you could see in advance what contracts were available, and you could sort of plan, you know, you could say, oh, I'm heading to that port, I'm going to be there in 4 days, so I'll pick up your cargo and I'll deliver it wherever you want it to go. And you could sort of plan ahead, because the only time you get a lull in this game is whilst you're sailing. And I say a lull, even though we're still on the slowest speed, we are just about to arrive in port. So we just wait for that to initialize. Any moment now. Finally, there we go. And you can see instantly gone as well, we got some sort of recognition of what we'd earned, which is 632. And we also, did you see that flash up in red? That's some sort of fee. I think in this instance it was a fee for... Goodness me, where do we click? Oh, here we go. So this is an overview of what we've just done. And we made 432,345 euros, which is not great. This confuses me. Good. There's actually some bonus left for this voyage. Okay. It confused me. I think it means there's some money left. That's what that means. I don't know why there's a red star there. I was on time. Everything went perfectly well. Not sure why I've got a red star. So if you click down, you've got a little bit of information. What? Oh, right. What? Deadline was yesterday. See, this isn't particularly clear. Maybe I need to play it a bit more before that makes sense to me. But anyway, I think we got everything there on time. We don't appear to have any Fines. If you deliver something late, you pay a fine per day. So I can't see any evidence of that. I think we got that in on time. Our bonuses are full, so that kind of confirms that. These are the tugboat fees, and 200,000 euros is apparently quite cheap because it can go all the way up here. God knows how much that is. No penalty fees, and we used a little bit of fuel, and no wear and tear. Perfect. Nice and easy to read. This bit less so. But anyway, let's go to the port. Okay, we can't go to the port for some reason. Let's close that. We're in the port. Let's look at the contracts again. See, now they're ungrayed and we can pick some. Apologise if I'm going really fast, but because time is constantly ticking away and I have no way of stopping it or slowing it down, I really need to sort of move at this rate. So we have 2 contracts. We need another 18 in order to achieve this, and we've got 76 days. So that's not a lot of time. We need to get cracking. Let's find a contract now. Let's look at the bonuses. 1.5. We've got 1 day. That's gone. I mean, instantly gone, and that confuses everything because everything jumps around. But anyway, it would be nicer if it dissolved slowly so you could see it going rather than just gone. It's a bit much. Okay, so we've got Quebec. That's miles away. We don't want to go there. No, that's too much. No, Anchorage. That looks pretty... Blimey, that just suddenly... Okay, that's good. So if we change our speeds, we can see what's happening here. So let's take the Anchorage ones. Let's not mess around. Anchorage. We've got time. Load the contracts. Just check. Honestly, check. Before you confirm, check that you've got the 2 you want, because these can change so easily. Even whilst I'm telling you now and it's in the contract, it can all change. So 6 days, 7 days, 9 days, 6 days. If I wait much longer and that reaches the top, that will become 6 and 6 and 8 and 6, and then we've got a bit more problems. So let's grab that. I think we have enough fuel. Yes, we do. See, now all of a sudden 6 days and 6 days. Now it's a problem. Let's cast off immediately. And if we click here, we'll also go to our ship in the big view. And there's our ship. Let's speed up time a tad. Speeding up time is great, but also, I mean, you can see that it's quite stressful already. It's not as chilled out and relaxed as I recall TransOcean 1 being. Certainly seemed to be chucked you in the deep end and let's see if you can swim type scenario. And so let's get in to port. There we go. Successfully. 1.83. That's brilliant. Surprise. Yes, excellent. Let's move on because we've still got many, many, many more to do. So, you don't have to order by bonus. Excuse me, you can order by deadline or destination, whatever you prefer. But I go for bonus because I like the bonuses, I do. So Los Angeles isn't too far away. 8 days, 10 days. Yes, we can do those. That one's not achievable. Everything's moved around. See, that's how easily you can click on the wrong one. So Los Angeles, Los Angeles, Los Angeles. That's quite a few. Let's load those. Confirm. Yes, we need fuel. So let's fuel up. And now we're good to go. So that time, although that went through quite quickly, I apologise. I need to do these things quickly because A, the contracts keep changing, the deadlines keep changing, and we've only got a certain amount of time to beat this guy here, our rival. So it really is very, very important that we quickly get these contracts in place. Now, how long do we have left? We have got 61 days remaining. That might seem like a lot, but 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Time goes fast as well as slow. So we're just about to come into port. Let's watch our... This should increase a little bit. So hopefully, yes, we're up to 9. That's not too bad. And we're catching up on this guy a little bit. We're not going to achieve this, and we're not going to achieve this. So this is our target, to get the bronze medal and move on to the next scenario. So straight back into the contracts because we have no time to do anything else. Just a quick check on the ship. We've got a bit of damage, but I don't think it's anything serious. Let's fuel up. It's a little bit more expensive here, but let's fuel up anyway. So Nook, that disappeared almost instantly. No time. Manzillo, that's pretty close, but there's nothing else going there. Where's Metro Vancouver? That looks like a winner. So let's get rid of the Manzillo one, and let's grab as many Metro Vancouver as we can with the time we have. Now, because it's going so fast, it's difficult to appreciate how fun this is. You don't have enough time to appreciate the colours, the pictures, the information. You just got to go. Excuse me. And cast off again. Hopefully, it's only incredibly fast paced like this for this particular campaign, and when you go into sandbox mode, it's a lot more chilled out and less sort of go, because that's not the pace of the game I was expecting. I'll be honest with you. In TransOcean 1, when I had a massive company with lots of ships going all over the country, delivering cargo absolutely everywhere, then it was a bit hectic, but the pace was slow. There was just an awful lot to do, a lot of information to pick up on, a lot of stuff to check, etc, etc, etc. If it's going at this pace with hundreds of ships, I don't see that in any way as being fun or even sustainable. So hopefully it's just this campaign that's going to be as crazy as this. So we're almost coming into port. That's not what I meant to click on. Apologies. So let's just see here if we're getting any closer to our target of 20. We've only got 49 days left. So everything keeps going. This does not stop. There's no pause button. 12. So we need 8 more. So we need 2 runs of 4, really, as a minimum. So let's see where we can go. Halifax. Oh, there's no time. The deadline. Let's do it by deadline this time. Oh, it's irrelevant because... Ah, dear. It doesn't make... too complicated to explain. I need to get to Quebec. No, we haven't got time to get to Quebec. New Orleans. No. This is a problem. Manzillo. No time. Not enough time. We don't have enough time to get any of these deliveries anywhere. Oh, there are some more. Let's scroll down. Los Angeles. That looks like a winner because we need as many as we can. So let's load those contracts, confirm, and cast off. We don't even need fuel this time round. Let's just get there. And if we're lucky, we can pick some up at LA and deliver them back to where we've just come from. And that will be our 20. Not really worried about the money at the moment. Our target is... Oh, we need 5 more, not 4 more. Excuse me. So let's go to contracts and bonus again. Let's do that. New York, too far. Manzillo. Not enough time. Metro Vancouver. Oh, goodness me. See how it jumps around? Okay, we're only going to get 2, but we need to go. We need to go. Oh, why is that there? So that's going to cost us 1.4 million. I don't even know why that's there. I didn't want that one. This is the worst part of the game so far. And whilst I'm being told about this cancelled contract and I have to make this important decision, time is still going. So yeah, we're going to cancel it. I'm not worried about the money. We need to get to Metro Vancouver. Let's go. Cast off. Have we cast off? I'm not sure we've even cast off. What's going on? Select destination. There. I want to go there. Select destination. Metro Vancouver, go. Is he going? Yes, he is going. Oh, do you know there's a jolly good chance we're not actually going to reach our target of 20 here, the way things are going. And that little inconvenience... Oh, that was quick. Okay. That little inconvenience was actually a massive inconvenience. Now, Georgia ports. Too far. Manzanillo. Apologies. Anchorage. Los Angeles. Let's do the Los Angeles. Oh, they're so heavy though. That's the problem. It's the tonnage. It's too high. And then we could go straight on to Anchorage. Do we have enough time? I think so. Let's do that. Let's go to LA and then Anchorage. Actually, I think I may have just shot ourselves in the foot here. Anyway. Fuel up, cast off, hope for the best, effectively. We need 3 more. We need just 3 more. So this could be the 3, and we've got 32 days to do it. But it has to be on time. That's the key thing. And I'm worried that the Anchorage one is going to be late because we're going further away from Anchorage before we get to Anchorage. Okay, so we're there. Let's just go straight in and select destination, Anchorage. Actually, let's see if there's another one for Anchorage, just in case the one we've got, it doesn't get there on time. There is. We'll take it. Confirm. 2 for Anchorage. Cast off. Let's go. Now, by my reckoning, it's going to be tight. 27 days. Okay, so we have enough days, and we only need one of them to come in to get our contract goal. Whew. This could be it. Thanks for sticking with me, guys, if you're still there. Apologies for the pace at which I'm doing this, but I have little choice. Oh, wrong one. Let's just check. 21. We got them both there on time. That's fantastic. Now, obviously, we're not going to have 10 million more than him, but we have achieved our goal here. These two are just unattainable. We've got 18 days left. Let's just pick any contract. Let's go for the most amount of money. Vancouver. Yeah. Okay, we'll take all of those. It's not going to earn us a great deal of cash. It's not going to take a huge amount of time. We need more fuel. And let's cast off. Okay. So the only other thing that I don't think I mentioned there was that if you repair your ship, it will stay in port and you won't be able to sail. So repair your ship before you select your contracts. If you played TransOcean 1, you'll remember that that's the same. One thing I haven't seen as yet is the mini game where you steer the ship. That has not actually come up yet. Now I suspect because this is like a tutorial first look type campaign, it's just stripped down to the bare basics. I mean, my goodness, that was high paced and intense, but it is stripped down to the basics in terms of what was there for TransOcean 1. So that's absolutely fine. I think pretty much I'm going to wrap up after this. There's only one other thing I will mention is that I have noticed in the options, by the way, this is set to ultra graphics, and in the options there are quite a lot of references which are still in German. I suspect that's just an oversight of some sort and will no doubt be rectified rather quickly. It's not anything severe. The options menu is pretty limited at the best of times, so I don't think you're going to miss out on anything to begin with, at least. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will join me for the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit like so I know that it's worth doing another video for you. If nobody liked it, then I don't want to waste your time or my time, to be perfectly frank. So yeah, please come along, look at my channel, and subscribe if you wish. Let's get this ship in.
The chapter ends in 10 days.
The chapter ends in 10 days. So we've got enough time for maybe one more contract. No, we're not going to get there in time. Let's take that off. None of these are achievable. New Orleans for just under $1 million in 17 days. We'll confirm. And I'd forgotten that we've got all these extra ones. So, but we're heading to Los Angeles anyway. Let's fuel up and cast off. So at the end of the day, he was 10 million ahead of us, and he's done exactly twice the amount of deliveries on time as we have. Now, I played this once before just to have a taster of the game so that I could explain to you what it was about, and I was still nowhere near the target he is. So take into consideration though that it was going at incredibly hectic speed. I didn't know what I was doing. There were items and things popping up all over the place, and I was delivering stuff to the wrong places and picking up the wrong contracts because everything is so intense. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the first ever look at this game. I hope you liked it. I've already said all this. I'm just filling airtime, I guess, now. Apologies. Let's speed this up. Get the boat in.
The chapter ends in 3 days.
Chapter ends in 3 days.
Oh, yes. You've kept right up with our new rival in terms of contracts and bonuses.
Okay,
And
we didn't
also
at all.
one step
Just
closer
talking
to
rubbish.
raising Harry's scale.
But yeah,
Hang
that's
in
it.
there,
We've got a
little
bronze
brother.
medal. Thank you very much for joining me to do that, and I hope to see you in the next chapter. Bye for now.